Hey guys, welcome back to We're All Mad Here.
We're all mad here.
I'm Jen,
And I'm Haley.
and today we thought we would go into a different side of things than we've talked about before. For those of our listeners who don't know us, we're a couple of white girls. And the white girls love their horoscopes.
Their horoscopes, their crystals.
Their nose rings.
Hey.
We both have nose rings. That's why I
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah,
We both like shiny crystal rocks.
it's true.
Less for the metaphysical properties of them, but just because they're pretty.
I'm more metaphysical.
You like the healing powers of your rocks?
No. Yeah, I keep celestite in my purse at all times.
Celestite?
Yeah.
A stalactite?
No. Celestite.
What is celestite?
I think it's
Selenite?
Selenite? Maybe I'm thinking
You
of
probably
selenite.
don't want to keep selenite in your bag at all times.
Why? What does it mean, Jennifer?
I don't know what it means, but it's a very fragile mineral.
It is.
So,
Celestite.
celestite. I almost like that better. So at one point, I kind of dove into the world of astrology and horoscopes and all of the things. And one thing that I learned in this journey was about birth charts.
Birth chart. You know, this is almost it kind of almost goes with our topic last week.
The eclipse
Yeah.
and Mercury and Gatorade and all of that. We need to get Mercury out of the microwave. I think it's still doing its thing. I don't honestly know that much. Whatever it is, the stars are not in alignment,
Where are they?
or they are.
We shall find out.
They're in the wrong alignment.
They're in some alignment
They're
of sorts.
In alignment. But
They're ill-aligned.
malaligned,
Maligned.
unaligned,
Unaligned.
D-lined.
They're zigzagged.
They're crooked. But one of the things that I kind of looked into a little bit in my astrology journey was birth charts. And what that is basically where the different planets are in the sky at the time of your birth. Kind of gives a glimpse into
Who you are.
your personality, your inner and outer self, apparently. I've looked at mine. I've looked at a couple people's. And, like, one thing about horoscopes for me is they tend to be, especially ones in, like, the newspaper or 17 magazine, is they're very vague.
I was going to say, they're vague enough that they align with, like, everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can make it work for just about anything.
Right.
But some of these things are a little bit more specific,
Okay.
and it's kind of weird at times.
All right.
So, with that, I have collected some information about you and myself.
That's scary.
What they need for these things is your birthday,
Okay.
the time you were born,
Okay.
and the place you were born.
Oh, okay.
So you can see exactly where in the sky everything was at that time.
Do you know where I was born?
Wasn't it Spokane?
No.
It wasn't?
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was.
No.
Where was it then?
I was born at the Army Hospital in Tacoma at Madigan.
That's right.
Madigan
It was
Hospital.
in Tacoma. Now that you say that, I do remember that.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let me edit your information. It's not going to make that big of a deal. That big of a change because it's still in Washington.
Where were you born? You were born in Guam?
Nope.
You went to Guam when you were a
I did go to
baby.
Guam, but I was not born in Guam.
Were you born here?
Nope.
Were you born in New Orleans?
I was born in New Orleans.
That was honestly going to be my first guess, but then I was like, no, it was Guam. And then I'm like,
Nope.
Okay.
No, I was born in New Orleans, and then shortly after that.
You're the only one that was born in New Orleans.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. shortly after that, we were stationed in Guam.
In Guam, yes.
We were there for a couple years, and then we moved back stateside. We were in Salt Lake for a little bit, and then Caroline was born in Virginia.
Okay, I didn't know any of those parts. The Virginia,
and then when Dad got out of the Navy in Virginia, we moved to Spokane, and Mom was pregnant with Thomas, and Thomas was born in Spokane.
What a loser.
What a loser. Born in Spokane. Anyway, so now that I've updated this to the correct information,
it makes more sense now.
I didn't actually look that closely.
No, I'm kidding.
But it goes into all of the planets.
Including Pluto or not
including Pluto.
Oh,
Pluto is still a planet in my
gets a
heart.
Spot.
Forever and always. So, the one thing about this website that I use and have used is it breaks it down pretty easily. So, there's the interpretations of these things. So, the planet itself kind of shows us like what is happening to you as a person, what you are as a person,
what you are,
what sign it's in, which is like the zodiac signs.
Okay,
shows how it is happening to you, through you, kind of a thing.
Okay,
this will make more sense as I get more into it.
Yeah.
And then there's also the houses that it is in,
like Harry Potter.
Not quite.
Oh,
but we can. What is your Harry Potter house?
So I've taken a couple tests, and I consistently either get Ravenclaw or Slytherin. So I'm both.
Slytherin, really?
I fit into both. I know.
I'm honestly surprised by that.
Yeah. Me too, a little bit.
98% of the time I get Slytherin. I think there was one test I took on like BuzzFeed that told me I was a Gryffindor.
Slytherin does not surprise me.
Not at all.
Ravenclaw doesn't surprise me for me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That Ravenclaw definitely makes sense for you. But the Slytherin, I'm not sold on.
Maybe I should retake it and see.
Maybe we should do
Maybe I took it at a bad time in my life.
Maybe. You were in a dark period.
Yeah. But I remember like early on when I first discovered Pottermore, it was like 100% Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
So
we should do a Harry Potter episode.
We should. It'd be fun.
Okay. Back to
regular scheduled program.
The astrology houses. That where the houses are shows kind of like where in your actual life these things tend to manifest. Whether it's in your family, in your career, in your etc., etc. So the sun, which is what most people identify for their horoscopes.
Okay.
Like when you look at when you go to look at 17 Magazine's horoscope, what do you look at?
I don't know.
You've never read a horoscope for yourself?
I just look at Gemini?
Exactly. Okay. That's your sun sign.
Okay.
That's the one that everyone associates with because it's whatever it is, what the date of your birth, where that falls into.
Okay.
Yours is a Gemini. So the sun symbolizes your personal identity. So the sun in Gemini says that people born under the sun are people of many talents, and they're able to use their skills in both theory and practice.
Yeah.
I would agree. Very intelligent and quick-witted, who are interested in everything that happens around them, and they can quickly adapt to any new situation.
Yeah, I could feel that.
Ravenclaw. Tell me I'm wrong, though.
I know, yeah. No, it's about accurate.
They're open to all novel things in the world, and they can quickly see their advantages.
Okay.
So, like, you see something new, and you're like, I can see how that can be beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a glass half full kind of gal, I guess.
Try to show these novel things to others so they can also benefit from them.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yep.
They're sociable people that have representative personalities, and they can inspire and influence others with their innate charm and vigor.
Yeah.
I would agree with most of those.
Yeah. I'm not always a people person.
No, but you tend to be more so.
Yeah. I'm more extroverted than I am introverted. but I am introverted sometimes.
You're an ambivert.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
When you're both.
I'm an all things vert.
You're both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that is the sun sign
Of Gemini.
of Gemini.
Okay.
Which most people, that's all they get into.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's
oh,
probably all. Yeah.
I'm a Gemini. I'm an Aries, and that's it. It goes on.
It goes on.
It gets deeper.
Oh, do tell.
So the next one that people look at is your moon sign.
Okay.
So the place in the horoscope where the moon is tells us what gives the person a sense of security and where to find it. It describes how sensitive we are and how we instinctively interact with our surroundings.
Oh boy.
So, again, this is wherever the moon falls in the sky.
However the moon was aligned.
Where the moon was aligned is where you get that zodiac sign.
Okay.
So your moon is in the sign of Libra.
Okay.
So a person with moon in Libra is looking for safety in a relationship, has the need to make somebody happy, and wants to have a rich social life. However, later they must find themselves, and things that satisfy them must prevail. They also have a strong need for balance and harmony.
Well, that's just dead on right there. Yeah.
It's weird. It's kind of weird.
But I feel like it's also kind of, that is a little vague though too, because who wouldn't want safety in a relationship?
So when we get to mine, we'll see what the differences are.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So next is Mercury, which is
In the microwave.
probably in the microwave. Needs to get off the Gatorade.
Get it out.
So Mercury is about like your thinking, your communication, how you learn, your intellect, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Which is why when Mercury is in retrograde, people,
What's that? Just kidding.
they say that you're more inclined to like,
Be crazy.
not necessarily be crazy, but like say things that you wouldn't normally say.
Yeah.
Or
Be more off the handle.
a little bit. Yeah. So your Mercury is in Cancer.
That sounds terrifying.
The little crabs.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
He's such a cute little guy. Little
Yeah.
crabby crab.
He gets made fun of a lot.
He does. Cancers tend to be very sensitive.
Well,
Um,
the Mercury cancers?
well, just cancers
Cancer
in general.
Okay.
Cancer. So let's rewind a half step.
Okay.
So each sign of the zodiac
Mm-hmm.
is in one of, or identifies with one of four elements.
Okay.
There's fire, earth, water, and air.
Okay. Last Airbender.
Last Airbender. Fire signs, most people associate them with being fiery, aggressive, strong,
Mhm.
whatever. Earth signs are very down to earth, very sensible,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Air signs and water signs both can kind of be more emotional, more aloof-ish.
Okay.
But the differences kind of vary on the type of emotionalism, and that kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm not very good at explaining some of these
No,
things.
but that's okay.
It's-
We're rolling with it. It's okay.
It's enough. So, your Mercury is in Cancer,
Okay.
which is a water sign.
Okay.
So you get the emotional-ish.
Yup.
So, Mercury in Cancer gives people good memory, great imagination, adaptability, and a talent for writing. Those who hurt these people can be sure that they will not forgive them anytime soon.
Nope. I hold grudges.
People with Mercury in this position can do any job, and they can adapt easily when circumstances change. You're flexible and adaptable.
Ish. But yes, I
They
would
get
agree.
along well with people who have different opinions and attitudes.
That's facts.
They like to be flattered and praised, and they rarely do anything that could damage their reputation.
True. I don't want anyone thinking ill of me.
Yeah, that is
People
like
pleaser 101.
people pleasing in a nutshell.
Adapt to literally everyone's personality. That's me.
Let me just create a persona specifically for you.
Specifically tailored to this person at this one time.
Oh, man. It's so true, though.
Yep.
But, again, that's,
Yeah.
again, kind of almost spot on.
Yep. Pretty much. That one. Yeah. Yep.
So then Venus, the planet Venus, which everyone associates with love, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
So it's attractivity, tells us what we're attached to and attracted to, how we give and receive love, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So your Venus is in Leo.
Okay.
Which is the lion, which is a fire sign.
Yep.
Venus in Leo means very romantic nature. They prefer to express their feelings of affection with a poem, a picture, or a song rather than with acts.
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 I heard acts like a
ACTS.
like an AXE. And I'm like, yeah.
With actions.
With actions. There you go. So I should be writing Jesse's songs, is what you're saying?
Or poems.
Or poems. Well, I mean, I am a good poet.
And you didn't know it.
And I didn't know it till just now.
If they give their passion a form of a creative expression, it would give their relationships a greater chance of survival.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Okay. At first, their partners could not believe their luck to find such a great and enthusiastic lover.
What do you mean at first?
I don't know. I'm just reading what it says. But later, they realized they were given a role in a script for a romance.
Oh, no!
These people feel entitled to flirt or even have a love affair whenever they wish.
Oh my gosh!
And even the smallest sign of their partner's unfaithfulness causes a big scene.
Well, I mean, that would... Yeah.
That part...
My unfaithfulness or theirs?
You sent somebody else's unfaithfulness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That part I agree with, for sure.
The rest of it...
I'm not entirely sure, other than the fact that you are great and enthusiastic with your love.
Yes. But maybe it's because I'm a Gemini. So we'll just bring it back to the sun. I'm a Gemini, so it's the other face of me.
It's the other side. The Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, geez.
Okay. So the Mars symbolizes the need to get what we want. So it's your driving force.
Okay.
Where you get your initiative, your courage,
your will.
To live. Assertiveness.
Oh boy, I don't have that.
So your Mars is in Taurus. People with a Mars in Taurus do not like to waste time daydreaming.
Okay. But does that mean I'm a go-getter?
In other words, when they make plans, they are realistic and they will accomplish what they plan.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
People with Mars and Taurus are able to proceed steadily with their material goals in life and use their patience and realistic approach to increase the value of their property or at least secure a quiet place to live.
Huh.
That's very specific about houses.
Specific.
But I feel like if we took out the property and houses part, that
I make realistic goals.
Since they are determined to achieve stability, they know that the secret lies in the fact that they themselves determine what stability is, instead of blindly accepting the materialistic idea of society. Whenever they make a change, whether personal or professional, the change is irreversible.
Can't go back now.
The start is slow and it is difficult to stop, but it has amazing towing power. So you got the torque.
I got the torque of the Taurus.
The Taurus torque.
All right.
That's what they say.
Okay. I mean, I can see a little bit of it.
I mean, a bit.
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Where boys get stupider.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Symbolizes growth, expansion, laws, faith, and ethics that guide it. Represents a sense for development and support, which can lead to opportunities, wealth, and faith.
Hmm.
So your Jupiter is in Scorpio.
Ooh, the Scorpio.
So people with Jupiter in Scorpio will be limited by things they consider irresistible,
I'll be limited by things I consider irresistible.
whether they are aware of it or not. Their life philosophy is, quote, "There's no profit without hardship," meaning profit is either material or mental life. The desire that grows out of this philosophy is truly powerful because it causes yearning for depth, darkness, and mystery,
Oh.
and it ultimately helps them to find themselves.
Okay.
People with Jupiter and Scorpio hate manifestations of superficial happiness, whether it is a behavior of other people or their own.
That's facts.
Dark side of their nature is the place where the most precious feelings are hidden. They will go through hell to destroy the weepy and shaggy parts that threaten or hinder the discovery of this preciousness.
Oh, my precious.
My precious. They may find many opportunities for the sexual dimension of experience while they are searching for depth and catharsis. That was random.
Oh boy, we'll just throw
They
that
will
in there.
probably emphasize sex in some way during this searching process. Moving on. There we go. I mean, this is what the stars are telling me.
This is just what they're saying.
Saturn. Also, we're coming up on our Saturn return,
What does that even fucking mean?
which means Saturn is coming back to the exact same place where it was when we were born.
Wait.
Where Saturn was in the sky,
Yeah.
the exact same place when we were born.
We're coming up on that?
We're coming up on that.
What does that even mean?
So it's normally like a 27 to 29-ish
Rotation?
year cycle. Yeah.
29-ish, but we're turning 30.
I know. It's not exact.
Okay.
And normally it is some sort of, according to the astrology folks, there's some sort of upheaval, some distress that your life goes through in one way or another during this time, where you kind of have to come into your own.
Okay. All right.
So Saturn is our strict teacher who is able to ruthlessly examine our maturity.
Uh-oh.
So your Saturn is in Pisces.
Okay.
People with Saturn in Pisces have to strike a balance between the need to ignore the demands of their own life and the need to take care of other people's problems.
People pleasing 101.
In order to find the golden middle way between these extremes, sooner or later, they will have to find a way to call the wisdom of the ancient soul within themselves.
Okay.
I mean, minus the ancient soul part.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I need to find it within me.
They should discover their inborn ability to help others and at the same time solve their own problems.
Mm-hmm.
They must go to depths in order to discover the lost wisdom and insight. You have it.
I've got it somewhere.
It's in there.
I gotta find it.
The ancient soul longs for ancient peace.
Oh.
It combines an ideal and strength. These people are predestined for life in seclusion, ancient philosophy, scientific research, and loneliness. How sad.
I'm destined for loneliness?
You're destined to be sad and lonely.
Sad and lonely.
Doing science.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And doing science.
Well,
And philosophy.
yeah, I'm okay with those two, but I don't know about the seclusion and loneliness.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I wouldn't mind living on a, property secluded from
Everybody.
tip chick.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Except for me.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be on the property, but you'll be in like the very, very back corner. But we can just four-wheel to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or just next door. Just in our own separate house.
No, you'll be like the back corner of the property.
And you're in the front corner?
Maybe I want to be in the back corner.
What if I want to be in the other back corners? There's
Well, it's
four
my
back
property,
There's
bitch.
four back corners. There's four corners.
There's four back corners.
There's two back corners. So why don't we each get a back corner?
No, that's too close. We gotta be diagonal.
Man, I don't want to be in the front corner. That means I'm closer to the dipshits.
Yep, exactly.
We'll see. We'll have to look at mine and see if I can tolerate that.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh,
we'll
boy.
see what Saturn has for
We'll
you.
see what Saturn says about me in a minute. But then there's also Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which are very slow transpersonal planets.
Wait, hold on. They're all grouped together?
No, they're separate, but most of the time, from what I understand, the last three, they matter in the sense that, like, they still reflect the person, but it's more of, like, a generational thing.
Okay.
Because they're so slow moving that this planet can be in the same position, more or less,
Right.
for
Many moons.
many years.
That makes sense. I thought you were about to say that Pluto doesn't matter, and I was about to yell
So
at you.
Pluto is a planet of death and rebirth.
Oh, gosh.
It is the end of all things. It is the judgment day. It can give rise to obsessions or convictions. On the dark end of its spectrum, it can manifest as succumbing to the urge, or it can create an individual who has the ability to get to the core of things, destroy negative things, and bring on healing and transformation.
Okay.
So your Pluto is in Scorpio. I think mine is also, probably. People with Pluto and Scorpio have a passionate desire for mystery.
Oh, yeah, we do.
They like to use intrigues, and they have a great disposition for personal transformation that can happen, especially through their desires.
Mm-hmm.
They are prolific, universal, and capable.
I'm capable.
You are capable.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then, like, there's different asteroids that you can find where they are in the sky at the time of your birth. How different, like, aspects, so how the planets interact with each other, how that affects you. For example, your sun is trine Jupiter. What trine means, I have no idea. I haven't figured that part out.
Interesting. All right.
But it says this harmonious aspect creates confident and optimistic people. People with this aspect like to travel and they love adventure. They also like studying and gaining new experiences.
That's me. That's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your moon sextile Venus. This harmonious aspect gives people balanced temperament, charming manners, and usually it also has good looks.
Oh, that's spot on.
It really is, though. Social success is almost guaranteed. These people have creative abilities, and they need to create a pleasant home environment.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with those.
Yep.
Let's see. Your Venus square Jupiter. People with this aspect are emotionally demanding. I had to find a negative one just to balance it out.
I'm emotionally demanding of others, or
I don't know. They're often
my own body.
unable to maintain friendships because of their interests. For example, because of their religious activities, idealism, or long stays abroad. They often have artistic ambitions, but they lack talent.
Oh my gosh. Of course you wanted to find that one.
They are difficult to get along with because they are often selfish and demanding.
That goes the complete opposite of
They
my
like
other signs.
luxury items on which they spend considerable amounts of money.
That's true. Softball.
Yeah. There's certain things that you will spend your money on.
That's facts. That's true.
But I had to... Because almost everything, all of the other aspects they have marked down here...
Because I'm perfect.
...are harmonious. This harmonious. This harmonious.
Well, look at me.
You're perfect.
Thank you.
You're just...
I'm so harmonious.
Just a harmonious, perfect angel baby.
Perfect people-pleasing angel baby.
Yes. That was a lot of P's.
I know.
But there are certain things that you're like, you kind of feel a little bit called out.
Oh, yeah.
that aren't vague
Right.
either.
Yep.
Like we were saying, some of the horoscope things, they're just like literally anybody can identify
Right.
with those things.
You can weld, you can melt. You can smelt yourself. You can mold yourself into a lot of horoscopes based on your sun sign or whatever it is. So, well, what's yours?
So, now it's time to get into mine.
Yeah. Is it a roller coaster? Oh, I'm excited.
All right, so the sun is, again, the self, the individual, the personality. My sun is in Aries.
Okay.
The ruler of Aries is the planet Mars, which symbolizes energy, health, fighting spirit, and leadership skills. People born under this sign are courageous and decisive in most situations in life.
Okay.
They do any work with enthusiasm and confidence in their abilities, but they often lack deliberation and patience.
That's you. You have zero patience.
Correct. All right. The moon, which is the let's see. The moon tells us what gives the person a sense of security and where to find it. My moon is in Capricorn.
Oh, that never came up for me. Okay.
You see safety in being useful to the society, and you look for justification in the outside world.
Okay.
You may underestimate what you want from yourself and for yourself. Shyness may be accompanied by resentment for the fact that others ignore you.
All right. I can see that.
Mine, for some reason, also has the houses. But yours didn't.
On the moon?
On all of them.
Oh.
Now that I'm looking at it. Yours didn't have any of the houses. But, so...
because I'm one single house for everything.
You're just that. You're good. So my moon is in the 12th house.
Oh, it's a number system.
Yeah,
okay.
it's 1 through 12. Just like the zodiac. There's 12 zodiac signs.
I didn't realize that, but okay.
It's basically one for every month, except for they're like off by half a month.
Right.
So, the moon in the 12th house creates loners who sometimes have the need to move away from everyday life. These people usually do not find emotional stability in personal relationships, and they often feel lonely.
Now I know why you wanted to find a negative thing for me.
They're easily influenced, and they react on subtle influences of the environment. These individuals are very kind and warm-hearted.
True.
They may work for a charity, hospital, or other large institution that serves for the good of others.
I mean, you could say that. Yeah.
They are not able to express themselves well because their emotions are often confused.
If this just was the 12th house equals Jennifer, you think that's what the title should be.
The moon in the 12th house emphasizes that these people will feel secure only when they distance themselves from others.
It's too accurate.
I am so called out, and it makes me mad.
I love this.
Oh my gosh. But there's certain things that I've looked at these with a couple other people, and like with my siblings at one point we were looking at them, and I was like, oh, like this explains so much about you. Okay, moving on from the moon, because now my feelings are hurt, and I need to distance myself. Mercury, which is thinking, communication, intellect, and learning. My Mercury is in Pisces.
Okay.
So people with Mercury in Pisces like art, mysticism, and psychology. These people speak with emotions. They have a sensitive mind that absorbs a lot of information.
You do have a sensitive brain.
I have a very sensitive brain. Ideas and solutions emerge easily without any effort. Because of this mental connection, they are sometimes not sure if their thoughts are their own. And then brainwashed.
Oh, you're got schizophrenia.
It's the voices.
It's the voices.
They unfortunately often resist the sensitivity of their mind. They doubt their credibility because it seems to them that some thoughts and opinions come from somewhere else. Resisting the sensitivity of their brain will eventually lead to a certain mental exhaustion. However, if they stop worrying about it and let the ideas flow through their mind, then these thoughts will give them great inspiration.
That's true.
So I just need to turn my brain off.
Yep.
And turn it back on again.
Yes.
And say,
do a little reset.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I'm telling you.
I thought you said you were moving on because your feelings were hurt. And we just
Apparently,
moved on to more feelings.
To more hurting my feelings. Moving on again to Venus. My Venus is in Taurus.
This is the love one, right?
This is love.
Okay.
So a Venus in Taurus is a great position because Venus is full of energy and has a stronger influence than any other signs. This position has a very positive influence on money matters, especially on profit from one's own work, regardless of any occupation. These people are friendly and social, and their behavior brings up the same feelings in others. People with Venus in Taurus are marked by the inertia of their opinions. That's a big word.
Inertia?
I mean, it's
or
not
opinions.
Yes. They adhere to opinions they have once accepted. They're generous, but they do not waste money. They like politeness. People with Venus in Taurus know well what satisfies their senses, and they can therefore be successful in a number of artistic fields. They can sing beautifully. They can have a great voice, be great chefs, or be good in other things that bring satisfaction and joy to other people.
Okay. People pleasing.
Doing people's hair.
Yep.
Spot on.
You get great satisfaction of that.
I do. They have a highly developed sense of touch.
Okay.
But their amazing feeling for physical things causes a dependence on the physical evidence that they are valued and wanted. They need a great deal of physical affection in order to feel love. Just words or hints are not enough.
That's literally you.
You can tell me you like me all you want. If, just give me a hug.
Just poke me.
But also don't touch me.
That's, yeah.
Also,
We don't hug.
We don't.
No.
What? No, it was when we saw you at the gem show and we hugged. I was
hugged
like,
you. I know.
I was like, why is she touching me?
No, I did. I hugged you. I was like, that's weird.
It is so weird because we've never been. So both of us definitely have like physical touch as a love language,
right? But not for each other.
With like our respective partners.
Yeah.
With each other, we are currently sitting on opposite sides of a couch, and this is how we could be forever, and we'd be fine.
Right.
So, what is our love language for each other?
I don't know.
Shit talking.
Probably. Yeah.
Which is a love language.
Of some sort.
Of some sort.
It's a language.
If you can bully somebody.
Lightly bully?
Not even politely.
No, I said lightly.
Oh, not even lightly.
How do you politely bully somebody?
Well, that's what I was concerned about.
I don't know what ours would be for us, for each other.
I
don't know. Words of affirmation?
I
mean, you're needy as fuck when it comes to texting. You need to know that I'm alive at all times.
Yes, you're like my little Tamagotchi. I gotta keep an eye on you.
You're my little sim.
I'm not your sim, though.
No.
You don't care about me. I'd be dead in the ditch for all you care. You won't even know. I check your location all the time.
I check,
and you never.
I check because you're either in, I almost said Moses, like Medical Lake or Genie. So I know you're either at home or at work.
You know what?
I don't have to check anywhere.
I don't go anywhere else doesn't mean that I don't want you to check on me to make sure I'm safe.
There was that one day that I was like, where the hell are you going? And you were in the middle of Spokane. So you're welcome. I do check on you.
Not very often, though.
If it says anything other than Medical Lake or Genie, I will look.
Wow. All right.
But is that not fair?
I mean, yeah, I really don't go anywhere.
Exactly.
I'll give you that. If I see Hayden, I know where you are. If I see Dolly, I can almost always tell where you are.
Yeah.
But, okay, fine. I'm still not happy about it.
You just stalk me. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah, you're my Tamagotchi.
Okay. All right. Well, you need to feed me more.
Fair. Do Sims eat?
Sims? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They do all the things.
Oh, well, then you need to feed your Sims.
I don't need to.
Oh. Does the Sims just feed itself?
Yeah. The Sims are self-sufficient where they get to like a point of emergency, they will do what they need to do.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Even if it's eating trash.
Oh my god. Yeah, that still checks out.
Or eating like stale food that's been sitting out.
That is disgusting.
And then they'll get sick. And then, yeah, it's a vicious cycle, but they are self-sufficient in that respect.
I don't want to be a Sims anymore. I
can put the auto feeder on and be good.
The auto feeder. Me and the cats get the auto feeder.
Yep.
Oh man,
that's all they live for. Let's be honest.
Your boys do at least.
Mm-hmm. Food. They're very food driven.
Honestly, same.
Oh man,
I'm very food motivated.
Is that anywhere in this?
I'm like a Labrador. Which we were talking about the trend on TikTok that's like,
girlfriend.
What kind of dog is your boy? Like, what kind of boyfriend is your dog?
What kind of boyfriend is your dog?
What kind of dog is your boyfriend? And then I saw one that it was like because the typical one is the golden retriever boyfriend with the black cat girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but what if I have a like German Shepherd boyfriend? What kind of girlfriend am I?
You're still a black cat.
Am I a black cat?
Yeah. But you're like, yeah, you're the lovey cat that wants attention when you want attention.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of girlfriend are you?
I don't know. Probably the orange cat.
I would say the orange cat. You and Oslo share the one brain cell.
We do. He's got half, I got the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes you have both halves.
That's most of the time I have both halves, let's be honest.
Occasionally he gets both halves.
Yeah.
Not very often.
Very, very, very few, far in between.
Not very often, but every once in a while. What kind of boyfriend is Jesse?
I don't know.
He's not like a true golden retriever boyfriend.
No. But he's also German Shepherd a little bit as well.
Yeah, I could see that a little bit.
It's like a mix.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
I would say Jesse's probably German Shepherd, golden retriever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told Cooper he was like a German Shepherd Rottweiler. Which makes sense because I love Rottweilers.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Rottweilers, our producer today is my sweet boy Dante.
Sleeping on the job.
Who is snoozing on the job like the bestest boy ever.
He's the bestest boy.
He is
An old man.
Getting to be old man Rottweiler boy that I love more than anything. And since I moved out of Dad's house, I don't see him near as often. And it makes me really sad.
And that means I don't see him as often.
Which means you barely ever see him.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are actually recording today's episode at my dad's house because he had to leave out of town on an emergency trip. And so we are recording in his movie theater, which is soundproofed.
Yes.
And this is actually where we originally planned on recording the podcast.
It's true.
When we first decided we wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got the sound,
acoustic
panels and the whole thing. So
this is probably going to be the best sounding podcast.
This probably is going to be the best sounding episode we have. So
yes.
We hope you enjoy it. And this may never happen again.
Yeah, it's possible.
But anyways,
back to Well, you just
hurting my feelings.
Yes, we just talked about Venus, right?
Yes. So next is Mars,
Okay.
which is our activity, energy, drive, the driving force. So my Mars is in Pisces.
Okay.
Mars in Pisces gives people the opportunity to work in professions where one does not come into direct contact with the public,
Well, that's awful. No.
but exercises his authority in a detached workplace.
That's not you at all.
These people can work, for example, as detectives, prison wardens, or doctors in hospitals. They may also work in desolate places, for example, on oil rigs.
Wow. Maybe you need a change of...
Maybe I do need to change my career. I need to go work on an oil rig. Honestly, though, I might not complain too much. People with Mars in Pisces get what they want by delicate or indirect means. They tend to have secret love affairs, and they can successfully hide such relationships from the public eye. Successfully. Not successfully. Their actions are affected by strong emotional undercurrents, and if they do not want them to negatively influence their efforts to reach their goals, they have to figure out what these emotional undercurrents mean.
I don't think this is you at all.
That doesn't sound very much like me.
Mercury must have been in the microwave when this one happened.
Yeah, Mercury was doing something to Mars. Jupiter.
Where boys get stupider.
Symbolizes growth, expansion, laws, faith, and ethics that can guide it. People with Jupiter and Scorpio will be limited by things they consider irresistible. Oh, wait, maybe we have the same one. No, because that's the same as mine. Wait, hold on. No, this is mine. I was like, am I looking at yours now?
You wanted to make yourself feel good.
Definitely. Yeah, they'll go through hell to destroy the weepy and shaggy parts that threaten or hinder the discovery of this preciousness. Yeah, so apparently, after Mars,
Jupiter.
we have the same Jupiter, we have the same Saturn,
Okay.
I think.
This is where weird things got kind of like weird.
People with Saturn have to strike a balance between the need to ignore the demands of their own life and the need to take care of other people's problems.
Which makes sense because we're both people pleasers.
Correct. And then we have so it must be from Jupiter on, since they are slower. It's more or less the same.
Right. The closer together you are, then it'll be the same.
All right. So let's see what some of my aspects say.
Your aspects?
So this harmonious aspect gives people balanced temperament. So this is Moon trine Venus.
Oh, yes.
So my Capricorn Moon trine my Taurus Venus, I think. I don't remember. Harmonious aspect gives people balanced temperament, charming manners, and usually also good looks.
That's the same for me.
Social success is almost guaranteed. These people have creative abilities, and they need to create a pleasant home environment.
I mean, you are creative. I don't know about your social success, though.
Moon sextile Saturn.
You're just ignoring me.
Yes, I am.
Your one friend who's sitting here on this couch with you.
Dante's here, too.
He doesn't count. He's forced to be here. I'm also forced to be your friend, so
you
I
are
don't
forced
count.
to be my friend. Any hoozles. Moving on. Moon sextile Saturn. This harmonious aspect gives people emotional stability. In their home environment, they often do things in a way they think is right. They are reliable, stable, and helpful. However, sometimes they may be pedant. Pedant?
Pee in your pants?
Pedant. P-E-D-A-N-T.
P-E-D-A-N-T. Pedant.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
Mercury conjunct Mars. These people like word puzzles and duels.
They are like your Wordle.
Wordle.
They like your word puzzles. That's what it just said.
Yes,
Your Wordle and your daily crosswords. Yeah.
They are funny and sarcastic, but they're also very impatient, and they can get completely exhausted from working hard.
Okay, so I just looked up the definition of pedant. We're gonna hold on. Pedant. Play. Hold on. There you go. Pedant. A person who is excessively concerned with minor details and rules or with displaying academic learning.
I mean, there's certain things I'm like, we're gonna do it my way because,
but you're also concerned about the details. Like you're the go with the flow, but you need to know when the flow is gonna start.
Yes, 100%.
So those kind of like minor or details you're obsessed with.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay.
At work, we have our like drawers that have all the different types of combs in them.
Yeah.
There are like little tiny, like 7-inch combs that I use.
Okay.
There's some that are more rounded.
Guys, 7 inches is tiny.
For a comb. For a comb. For a comb.
That was hilarious, and you know it.
And we're not trying to offend people. 7 inches is perfect.
Okay. All right.
I can't use bigger than 7 inches because I have such small hands. But anyways, I'll make it worse. Don't you worry. But there's some of the combs that are very rounded corners and some that are very square corners.
They're not all the same shape. We get that.
The square ones have to be in a separate basket because I don't want them anywhere near my round ones because I can't use the square ones. I have to use the round ones.
So we're segregating now?
We're segregating the combs.
Oh, boy. We're going to get canceled.
Speaking of pedant, that's me. It's pedant. You're a pedant. Take that back. Make me. Speaking of sarcasm, what it said. I am sarcastic.
Yeah, you are.
Venus square Uranus. This only gets worse from here. This aspect complicates any relationship.
Oh boy.
Because these people see relationships literally as a loss of personal freedom and integrity. They are mentally unstable and their feelings constantly change. Oh man. They are often get involved in a great number of relationships throughout their life. They are unconventional, difficult to get along with, eccentric, and original when they create art.
I'm crying. Oh my gosh.
They are just as unstable in their ways of dealing with money.
I think Target and Goodwill would agree with that statement.
They are adventurous and they lead unstable love lives. All right.
Does it say anything about there being room for change?
Not on that part.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. We're both like literally crying laughing at this because it is so accurate.
Oh my
gosh. Uranus conjunction Neptune. This conjunction,
do not talk about me like that,
is responsible for urge for changes. These people tend to change their lives and to interfere with political affairs that they are never satisfied with.
Oh.
If they're publicly engaged, then their reformist efforts have some chances to be successful.
Are you going to become president?
Maybe I will.
Oh, maybe that's the career change you're looking for.
Would you vote for me if I ran for president?
Maybe.
Maybe. If Dad gave you a little bonus.
If you chose me as your vice president?
You would definitely be. Who would also be my vice president?
Dante or Lil?
Dante, unfortunately, I don't know if he could live through a presidential term. He is getting to be a bit of an old man.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be 10 this summer, dude.
Is he really?
He's going to be 10.
Oh, what an old man.
He's just an old guy.
Oh.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little baby. But yes, I will absolutely. Who would be your vice president?
You?
Yeah, exactly.
So, if you run for president, do you still get to vote?
Yes. That's why they do a whole thing of like the president going to the polling booths and voting.
I've never actually paid that close of attention.
Really?
So.
Well, that's your guys. This is your future president.
Vote for me.
But yeah, they do the whole thing.
You have to be 35 to run for president?
Something like that.
So I just turned 30 in 2024.
Luckily, you weren't born in Guam, although
no, I was born
it's
in
a U.S. territory, so
yeah, I'd be fine even if I was born in Guam.
Is Guam a U.S. territory?
Yes, it is.
So yeah, you could. Wow, I can't talk. If you were born in Guam, which we established you were not.
I was not. But yes, I could. If I had been, I could still run for president.
Okay.
So I'm not eligible for this presidential election in 2024.
Or the next.
Not be eligible in 2028.
You'll be almost 4-0.
So in 2032.
I can't do that math. You'll be 38.
No, what year is it?
It's 2024.
Bro. When I could run for president.
I don't know. I can't.
24, 28, 32. Yeah.
You should have asked me in the morning when my brain was fresh.
32. Vote for me.
How old will you be?
At least 35.
Well, I know.
I'll be
38.
Yeah, 38. Because I'm a year shy. Maybe they should change the rules so I can be president.
Honestly, they should with the freaking old geezers that we get running for president these days.
Well, there are some younger ones. We finally have some Gen Xers in there now.
But not as like the main front runners.
Well, that's just because it's still Biden and Trump.
Exactly. We need to get them out.
Say less.
Vote for Jennifer, you guys.
2032.
Write her in.
Yeah.
Do that.
Do it on the 2024 ballot. Write me in.
Actually, don't, because we need votes for other things.
Less important things, but other things nonetheless.
Yeah. Anyway, so presidential campaign in the future? Question mark?
Stay tuned for my presidential debut.
Yeah.
But that was fun. There's some interesting things that the stars can tell us.
Yeah.
Were the stars aligned?
They were pretty aligned, I would say.
Like, relatively.
There were some weird things for me that when I was like, I don't know about that. But for the most part,
I feel like,
yeah.
But there's certain things that you're like, wow, that they read my diary.
They read my diary.
How do they know these things?
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
So, yeah.
Wow.
It's
what website do we need to?
So the one I have used is called. Where did it go? Astro Seek. So if you Google ASTRO space SEEK, like you're seeking for the astro.
Yeah.
Stars in the sky, not Houston, Texas, which is the baseball team.
Astros. Yeah.
That one.
I was like, Astro, Texas is not a place, but okay.
The baseball team.
The baseball team. The cheaters is what they are.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they cheating?
We could do a whole podcast on that.
Okay.
Whole episode.
Stay tuned for the baseball cheating scandals.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be a whole episode.
Is it a recent scandal?
No.
Oh. Well, that shows.
But yes.
Oh,
it's still fresh.
How fresh? Like when what? This year? Last year? 10 years ago? Is the producer farting again?
Yes, it's so bad.
The stinky old man says that's a podcast.
That's a podcast.
We're going to call it a podcast. Did you see it? Oh boy. Thanks for listening to We're All Mad Here.
Thanks for sticking with us.
I am Jen.
And I am Haley.
And we will Catch you guys next time.
Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.